YouTube ready. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. The name of the day is Pietro. You can also call me Nate, you can call me Nathan, but please never call me Nathaniel. Welcome back to Monster Train, The Last Divinity, where we are going to do another hat trick challenge. The plan is to do Primordium, and I'm thinking it's one that's possible to beat. I mean, Primordium's pretty good. All three paths are really good. So it could be one that we just like kind of stomp. I hope. We've not really stomped one so far, but would be sick. Couple things. One, if you're not already aware, tournament starts tomorrow. Might be one that's a little bit different because really a lot of the players have been, I mean, we even moved the date to get even more players to participate, but even after that, we're still probably going to be down a few players, which is not the end of the world, but not amazing. Hey, Garwill, thank you for the subscription. But yeah, that is happening tomorrow. Ah, man, I was another person that can't do it. Well, we might have a thin tournament then. I have to see about how we restructure it. Just unfortunate, the timing, I guess. And then other thing is next week. So I'm going to be covering on YouTube. I put out the first video today. A new early access game. Rift, or not Rift, what is it called? Breach Wanderers. My goodness, my brain. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired today. We're gonna try to play some good Monster Train, but whew, my brain is fried. Breach Wanderers. I played quite a bit of it today. Put out first video today. There'll be another video tomorrow, several others throughout the week. And then we'll be doing next Friday a full stream where I'll be also doing a giveaway where I have 3 keys that have been given to me by the developers to give away to viewers. So if you saw the video on YouTube, or if you watch the next one's coming up and you are interested in getting a chance to get a free key, then join the stream next Friday, and there's a chance for 3 people to walk away with keys. But enough of that garbage. Let's jump into the hat trick challenge for Primordium. So basically with Primordium, you want kind of 2 things. You want buffs and you want stats. Buffs are more reliable because buffs work regardless of whatever happens. Like you keep your buffs, right? Or keep your stats. Regardless of what happens, if you do stat enhancements, you're going to keep them. Buffs are a little bit more complicated. They can still work, but only with superfood. So only one of the upgrade paths is going to reliably be able to scale off of buffs. So there's some thoughts. I mean, one of the thoughts is vivification is whether we do root seeds. That can work, and Awoken can be quite good. The other major clans, I mean, Hellhorn can be good, but really only with superfood. The other 2 are not so great with Hellhorn. Wormkin is quite good because Wormkin has 2 different stat buffs. Can be great. And the third option is Melting Remnant because Melting Remnant also has some stat buffing opportunities, plus you can reform Primordium. And there are builds, especially Aggressive Edible is a fantastic build to reform because the burnout doesn't get transferred and you just get to bring back thicker and thicker Primordiums over time. So there's some options here. I think those are going to be the 3 main ones. Stygian's pretty bad, Hellhorn's pretty bad. So it's Awoken, Wormkin, and Melting Remnant are kind of the 3 that work really well. Let's talk about like downsides of each then. So Melting Remnant has the problem that you don't really have much, unless you really, really want burnout. You can do the burnout loop with superfoods. So you can get like a Paraffin Enforcer that's then, you put burnout onto your Primordium, which is giving burnout to the Paraffin Enforcer, who then gives rage to the Primordium, which then gives it back to the Paraffin Enforcer. That's how you would do superfood, is kind of this like burnout setup. Do we have music right now? What is playing right now? Let's play this. The other would be then this aggressive edible one that I mentioned, where you just kind of like go all in on aggressive edible, and you let it die, and then you bring it back, and you let it die, and you bring it back, and then the super or Stalwart Snack, you just kind of, I don't know, figure out something. So that works pretty well. With Wormkin, you would have, I mean, the biggest problem with all three, apart from Root Seeds, which would then be permanent, the biggest problem with Wormkin is you only have 2 stat buffs, and you have 3 runs, and you can't repeat cards. So once you've gotten your 2 stat buffs, you're done, and there's no other buffs. Like, the only other buff is armor. So I think we can kind of take out Wormkin, and it's going to be somewhere between these two. It's either Melting Remnant or it's Awoken. Awoken has probably better units with the Sweepers and the Animus of Will. And the main benefits of... And then you also get Root Seeds, right? Root Seeds is also very good. The main benefit of Melting Remnant is you can reform Primordium and get like increasing stats that way. But I think probably Root Seeds makes the most sense. Root Seeds is very reliable as a way to generate stats. And there's quite a few stat enhancements, right? You have Steel Enhancer, you have Razor Sharp Edge, you have Cycle of Life, you have Sharpen. So lots of chances to improve stats. And then you have sweep units, you have multi-strike units. All seems okay. So I think we're going to try that. There's also this really cool build if we get it, which is the... you get the... Where is it? You get the Awoken Hollow with Primordium. Or you put Awoken's Hollow Rejuvenate trigger onto something else. And then you just heal it up a bunch of times. And then you get a whole bunch of stats onto Primordium. And then those stats get brought back over again. So that seems pretty good too. That's probably the cleanest, is we go Root Seeds. And we try to hope for several different setups that can work quite well. So let's put on the googly eyes. Put on the googly eyes. Let's get Primordium ready. Let's get Root Seeds ready. And let's jump into run number 1. And if there's ever a champion to play when your brain is tired, Primordium is the champion. So we start with Steel Enhancers, Immortal Trades, and Cannibalize. We have Cleanse, or Seraph the Chaste, Seraph the Clean. And with Seraph the Chaste, you kind of want to avoid Superfood. 1, because you're going to get extra Ember Drain potentially, and 2, because it's going to steal your buffs. So we're going to avoid buffs in this particular run. Try to go stats. Steel Enhancer is a great way to start that up. Okay. I mean, Hell's Banners is great. Don't get me wrong. Hell's Banners is great, but Worn Grindstone is minimum 15 extra damage on your front unit. Actually 20, because it's going to get 5 itself, and then plus 15 from Primordium. More if you have Stalwart Snack. This might be a good Stalwart Snack run already. Okay, it's not. We're not going to take Superfood. I guess we go Aggressive Edible. And we can absolutely take Divine Boons here. We're going to have the Strongest Stewards. They shall be thick with damage. And we'll even go nuts and go extra armor here. I'm so confident. The Plinks will never hit. But you know what? It's not all about Plinks. It's not all about Plinks, guys. These Train Stewards are going to hit like trucks. I mean, that's the nice thing. They're even already, like, before we've, you know, boosted stats up a lot, like, they're still already really good. You will kill him unless I play Immortal Trade. And the question is, do we care? I kind of like Immortal Trade to keep the Train Steward alive. Oh, no, it doesn't keep it alive. Never mind. Okay, so you're going to already have enough to kill the front unit. What would be sick... actually, with Steel Enhancer, we could have kept it alive, but it's fine. What would be sick is if we can get something behind that will kill the Disciple Foot Soldier, but I think it's very unlikely. So we're just going to go Plinks. We're going to go all the Plinks, all the time. Just try to reduce damage onto the Foot Soldier as much as humanly possible. We're probably going to take 5 damage, though. I think that's going to be our fate here. Let's just buff the stats up. And honestly, a single lifesteal should do it. 75 damage. We only have to hit 3 times. That's going to be 11. So we're gonna survive. Daniel Poden, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for the subscription. And if not, well, maybe you'll watch on YouTube later, and still thank you for the subscription. We're gonna get trash, so we can't actually... I guess we could Immortal Trade him, but that doesn't do anything. We want to be able to play this out, and this should already be enough. We're good. Okay, so we took 5 damage. Hello, 60 Seagraves. Welcome. Took 5 damage. Space Prism is great. We don't really want perils here, because we're gonna get cleansed. So Space Prism. Just thinking. I wonder if we take Wildwood Sap. In hopes of getting an Animus of... No, if we're gonna get... We don't want to do this. We don't want this to be our heal run. We want an Animus of... Not Animus. If we want... we want Rejuvenation triggers when we have Stalwart Snack. That's going to be much better. There's the Awoken Hollow immediately. I think we just take Shattered Shell and be thrilled with it. And the only thing right now that's concerning is the fact that we have such a low health Primordium. We have to figure out how to keep it alive. But if we can manage that, then we're in a good spot. Let's get another Awoken Banner. Endless is not great. What do we get here? Shattered onto Shattered for more slays? Or do you put Cultivate? We don't have a... I guess we do have... Actually, wait a minute. Lifesteal. Lifesteal triggers heals. I think I'm going to do this. This also gives like really good stats. Base stats to the Shattered Shell. It's like a large stone that then comes with the added benefit of cultivating. And then all we need is like any kind of heal, and the lifesteal is heal. So that's one way we can do it. We would play probably bottom floor. We just need, obviously, multi-strike quick would be good. We can't take an extra large stone, I don't think. And I don't want spikes. Yeah, we're in the multi-strike hunt. You know, it's my favorite part of the game. Yeah, spikes are probably fine. Primordium could die. It would require us to get none of our things early. And I think we're okay. We can lifesteal back up. Like, okay, that's kind of scary. This floor is scary. But we're okay. We're okay so far. We're going to gain enough health that I think we're just fine. We're at 31 right now. Again, we can lifesteal. We could go for this. Nailed it. But what else do you expect? We already have 41 HP. This should kill everything. And you're dying? Wait, what? Hold on. You're no longer dying. I don't want to hear any more about this whole dying situation that you seem to be in. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You are not dying. Refuse. Refusal to let him die. And then this should be enough. You can even blink potentially. That's fine. Our man is not dying. He's gonna have all the immortal trades he's ever wanted. He's invincible. Get wrecked. With some creative play, we managed it. I'm almost wondering if we just get a bunch of immortal trades, but the problem is we don't have any way to generate Ember, which is going to be a problem unless we get every... I guess we could get every other spell to be 0 cost. It's not terrible. We just go this weird immortal trade build. There's the Wildwood Sap. It came back. Our Wildwood Sap came back. Choose a divine artifact. More HP, thanks. Thank you. And here we go. Hunt. We're on the hunt. There's an endless. It's a quick. I will take a quick. But we need a multi-strike. Who dog do we need a multi-strike? Light's Gift? Or Wing Technology? Probably Light's Gift. I don't know how much we're gonna play on the top floor. We certainly can't play on the top floor during Divinity Fight. We have to play middle or bottom. I guess we could take automatic rail spikes. Like, I don't love any. I think we're gonna not take anything. I think we want just a very specific type of deck with enough regen and lifesteal to keep our sweeping it alive. And if we get multi-strike, it's gonna be much better. I don't know how we're gonna keep. We have no way to keep Primordium alive right now. This is the biggest problem. Oh wait, oh now we do because of this particular fight. But outside of this particular fight, it's really, really not obvious how we're gonna keep Primordium alive. You know, I'm gonna play bottom floor, which is normally not advisable, but the fact that we have quick now, I feel like this is just fine. What are you doing? Daze, okay. Give me all the rubble morsels you can, and let's smack up our buddy here. This should be absolutely fine. Yeah, we're just crushing. Put this on you, get all the slate triggers. Actually, I shouldn't have even done that. That was stupid. I could have just gotten more slate triggers. Well, dumb to dumb. Let's just hit you for 4. And root. And honestly, just like double immortal trade and we win. Just do too much damage quick. I mean, eventually we're going to lose all of that, but every time we hit and heal, it gets bigger. Boom. All those rejuvenation triggers and slate triggers. Have some more. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So, I mean, it's pretty trivial right now. The problem is that... Ooh, Umbra Stone. That's interesting. Wretch is also very interesting. But I think I want to save... Do I want to save Wretch? I actually really like Wretch in this build because it's 0 cost. And we're going to have really good Primordiums to bring back. Like, you don't really want it during Superfood because you lose a lot of the value. I'm going to skip. We're going to keep Thin Deck. We're going to go for a Thin Deck here. I'm going to take Draw now. We might go Capacity later so that we have the flexibility to play on the middle floor if we need to later. But this seems pretty good so far. Let's remove and upgrade some spells. So Yeet the Stewards. In terms of spells, it's really about making as many 1-cost things as we can. I don't think we want Permafrost. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff happening right now. We want -1 on Roots. We want not Permafrost. We want Stackstone onto Wildwood Sap. -1 on another Root. We're going to put -2 on a Sapstone. What about putting Intrinsic onto something? Onto Space Prism, maybe? Oh yeah, that's our answer. We just Space Prism. We don't have to put morsels down. We just get Intrinsic on the Space Prism, and then we can always play middle floor if we ever need to. That'll be really good. So now we can play middle floor. The man should be thick enough to deal with Divinity's damage the first couple of turns. And then as long as we're getting some decent lifesteal, we're in good shape. So we go all in on an aggressive edible. And although we have 75 shards, I feel like we're okay. Enemies can start on every floor. Absolutely fine. Start on every floor to your heart's content. You're just feeding us. And Shattered Shell is hungry. I mean, why, do we just do this? Look at this. Just scales up. Okay, forgot about that. Forgot about the fact that we are going to get some garbage. It's fine. It's fine. Take a little bit of fire damage, and then we learned our lesson. We learned our lesson. Lesson well learned. We don't put any more Ember Drain out, and we just go nuts here, and we're good shape. Cool. I don't know if we have enough damage to kill everything yet. It's going to be pretty close, though. We can kill this guy. It's this guy that we can't currently kill, but we are going to get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 more damage. And if we get any more Root Seeds, we're there. Plus, we can now play Wildwood Sap. That helps as well. Gives us some more stats. And now we're at 178. It's so close. Yeah, single Root Seeds does it. Also, hello. And we're good. We're back in business. Obviously not ideal. We could have avoided that if we hadn't been so greedy earlier. But actually, I don't know if we'd been not this greedy earlier, I don't know that we would have actually managed it here. Just that view, and it seems great. We just need multi-strike. We're in that phase of the game. Let's skip. And skip. We have everything we need. Let's not ruin our future chances by taking too much stuff. I do like the idea of duping. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go right path so that we can dupe the Wildwood Sap. That is a fantastic thing to just have. We get it earlier potentially. And I mean, we could also spell chain something like no, we don't want to spell chain anything. We're good. We're good. Thought maybe Space Prism, but I think it's unnecessary. And now we can take an artifact or money if we want, or something else. Armor's fine. Armor's still fine. We should get enough damage out. As long as we get the okay, so play you and you. And we can play for fun. But we already have enough damage to kill all of them. These guys are refusing to be on the top floor. I don't know what their problem is, but they won't have any of it. Okay, that's fine. We're 77. We are currently in need of how much do we need? We're gonna have 100 some odd. No, we're gonna have more than 100. So we're gonna get 113 plus 3, 6, 9, 12. So 125 is enough to kill this guy. We're good. We did it. We're winners. And we just stack the heals. And I think at this point we just do that. That also just gives us way more stats every time we hit with lifesteal. And again, okay, we also just get Primordium back. Primordium gets all the stats. And this is just crushing. We are now doing 254, and we are not stopping yet. More lifesteal, and then it's done. There you go. $390. Okay, so, I mean, we're almost there. It's like, we're right on the edge. Engraft is pretty good. I will take an Engraft here. There's not going to be too many great uses for it later anyway, and that's a priority to make free. So we're going to go left, left, and then left, I think. And I would even dupe the Engraft because it's going to be 2 triggers, and triggers on Primordium are going to be really strong. Another quick, please. Another endless. We've hit every shop. We've hit every unit shop so far, and have not yet managed to find multi-strike. Very, very low odds of this. I mean, if we have to, we will go right again. Like, we will sacrifice everything to get multi-strike. If we don't get it, we lose. Which is unfortunate. Like, I don't like when runs are like this, but this is just a run where if we don't get it, we lose. So we have to get it. And we continue. We have found endless every time. This is very true. I have thoughts on how I would rework that aspect of the game, but I will not release those thoughts yet. They will come. Do we have need of any... Honestly, just start growing. Obviously not great to hit that, but permafrost onto Wretch would have been pretty good. I maybe should have considered that. But anyway, we should be in the clear now. 140, is that enough to kill? Might not be enough to kill these guys. Oh, it is. We're good. Plus lifesteal. Yeah, we'll take some damage here. 5 damage. But our guys stack. 100% agree. I don't love that it's in the state that it is, but you know, what do you do? I have thoughts around how I would do it, but I don't know what the devs have planned. I asked about it during the last dev stream to say, like, do they see it as a problem? And they didn't, I mean, Mark didn't seem to think that it was a common complaint, but in my opinion, I think it's one of the things holding the game back. It's just how reliant it is on multi-strike right now, which is not great when you have to go shop hunting for exactly one thing. Make a video. I could. Definitely a thought. I mean, we do have 536 damage here, so maybe there's a world where we don't need it, but I'm currently not living in that world. None of this matters. We skip. And we go for extra draw. There is the thought that maybe we can get enough. If we can get permafrost. Okay, I mean, this is... There we go. Okay. Run saved. We did it. We did it, guys. we beat the game. What do we want to eat now? Plinks. Plinks are just bad. And we need something to get us to 15 extra shards. Sure. We'll have... No, I didn't even want a plink. We'll purge a plink. And then we might even purge something else. We'll just take whatever we need to at the next... in the next fight. But I think we're set. We can play middle floor because of the extra capacity we're going to get. And then we're clear. Spikes are a little bit of an issue, but the fact is, like, once we start getting our lifesteal set up rolling, like, it's over. It's over. We'll play top floor and just crush here. Because the lifesteal just buffs up the health of Primordium to where he's never going to die from spikes or sweep. And we just start this whole thing. Give us lifesteal and we just go. Let me I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in a minute. I'll talk about what I think would be my recommendations. Well, I don't have to think about them. I know my recommendations. And then maybe I will make a video about it. As long as we have lifesteal, we're fine. $262 by 2. And we get Wretch. So we really want permafrost on Wretch would be the other major thing. But, I mean, look at this. Like, look how thick Primordium already is. It's just kind of insane. I mean, this build gets really insane very quickly. It's one of the uses of a mortal trade that you've never seen before. Using a mortal trade to buff Primordium. You may never see it again, but we will savor this moment together. And we finish off in truly epic fashion killing the boss almost instantly. Okay. So we're not taking anything else. It does not matter how flashy, how nice. We don't take anything else. And now we go for the ultimate. We go left. And we are going to make engraft free. That's mandatory. We're going to put permafrost onto Wretch. Honest Dan, thank you for the tier 1 subscription 3 months in a row. Appreciate your support of the channel. What is on the shell? It is an Awoken Hollow. And so what happens is that you put a Mortal Trade onto Awoken Hollow. Awoken Hollow sweeps the floor. All of the lifesteal triggers trigger Cultivate, which then adds health onto Primordium. And then Primordium adds that health onto Shattered Shell, so Primordium will always have less health than Shattered Shell. That's the idea. -1 again on Root Seed. You know what? Actually, no. We just -1 Root Seeds, and then we want to eat everything, which is 1 cost, I think. I kind of like duping the Wretch because it's an instant trigger. Or not the Wretch, sorry. I kind of like duping the Engraft is what I meant to say. Sorry. Spell Chain Engraft. Should have done that before. That's fine. I accept this mistake. Draw one heal. Okay. And none of this matters. We just eat. The great eating shall commence. And we will put ourselves into a thin deck. Last plane. We'll buy Fossilized Fangs for no reason. And we're good. We're good. We keep all the Root Seeds because we will get Engrafts occasionally. The Engrafts will generate enough Ember. And yeah, this is just going to be similar to what we've seen so far this round. Only now we have Permafrost on the Wretch, meaning that we can always have it the moment. And this is great because Seraph just is powering up Primordium. So then you get turns like this, where you're going to play double Engraft on the wrong unit, because why would you play it on the right unit? Play all these here, and yeah. Turn 3, 300 damage. It's pretty good. Now we're going to engraft the correct unit. I hear that that helps. And we're going to end off with, I think, close to 300 after this. Yeah, 262. Bring our buddy back. And then we start this all over again. It's a very simple but effective playstyle. This is Primordium. This is run number 1. And we have some super twang going on in the background here. I don't know what playlist I ended up on. I don't know how we got here, guys. But we just have to live in this moment. There's nothing else to do. You live in the moment. And some might even say these are the moments that we need the most. This is aggressive edible, correct? Yeah. This is as twangy as I've ever seen. We're skipping the song. I don't know. How did... We're going into blues here. All right, let's just cut this. We're going back to our standard playlist. We drifted off too far. We took it too far. Got to send ourselves back. I mean, it's on me. I took it too far, guys. I was really hoping that we could actually get the kill here, but it's looking like it's just not going to be quite enough damage to one shot. But it's close. Seraph will not be long for this world when he makes it to the top floor, though. And I think the scaling is probably fast enough to deal with mini bosses. The fact that we can guarantee to bring back Primordium helps out a lot there, too. Yeah, we were, like, straight up into some... Is that bluegrass? I guess that's bluegrass. Hand is full. Whoops. Forgot what I was doing for a minute there. And, yeah, one shot. Boom. So, ruined your hoedown. Well, my friend, this is not a hoedown channel. You're gonna have to get your hoedown somewhere else. All right, so we're gonna play Metal Floor as God intended, and our man here can survive 16 damage, especially because we're going to be, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be fools here. The great thing about Divinity is that Divinity supplies us with a nice, full group of targets for us to hit with lifesteal, which is great. And after turn 2, we end up with 173. This might be a turn 3 300. We'll have to see. Like, we're gonna get pretty close to 300 here. I think it might be possible. Hold on. With the root seed, yeah, we're gonna hit 300 here. Turn 3 300 is definitely gonna be a thing. Oh, look at that, 298. If we'd been able to fill in just one more root seeds, we would have had it. Okay, so we got to bring back Primordium. And again, as I said, now Primordium is so healthy, the spikes do not matter at all. We just buff them up. Trigger some more HPs. Mortal Trade. And again, by the time the boss got here, we were doing well over 400 damage. We're now doing 900 damage, quick sweep. And even your garbage can't deter me, because your garbage only makes me stronger. It actually doesn't, but it's nice that we have the deck that can just deal with it because of the engrafts. And I think 2 more turns before we kill Divinity here. So we'll have a 3 turn, I think. 3 turns early. So we go stats, stats, stats. I did it. Watch, that will like make the difference. It actually won't. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna take 0 damage, and next turn we get the kill. Yeah. So exactly, understand. He got it. So the cultivate trigger from adding the animus. Or not animus, adding the Awoken Hollow triggers cultivate. It's always going to be on Primordium because Primordium gives its health at the end of the turn to the Shattered Shell. So Shattered Shell is permanently adding health onto Primordium, which, and not just health, health and damage, which then gets brought back over, and you have this kind of infinite, and it only gets like bigger the longer it goes, right? So, I mean, you might as well finish it off in style with a whopping, I think we would get over 1,000 damage after this. Well, let me tell you, if you think Awoken Hollow plus Primordium is broken, put that Awoken Hollow onto somebody else. And it gets even better. Alright, so that was pretty brain dead run. Let's go with run number 2. We did lose Wildwood Sap, we did lose Immortal Trade, so we really can't do that run again. But we can do something else. Good start. Let's take a screenshot of the first run. Post it into Discord. onto myself. Primordium 1. Okay, so let's take a short break, short detour before we jump into the next run. And because I mentioned that my preference would be to change things around the upgrade stones. So here would be my change. One, I would have the possible stones that can show up be tied to your clan. So each clan has a very specific upgrade stone associated with it. And that way, you know, based on your primary and secondary, what stones are going to be available. If you look at clans that you typically want as alternates and you were to rank them, my feeling would be you would rank them as such. Melting Remnants, Awoken would be both top tier. So I would give those two mediocre upgrades. Quick and Endless. Right? Endless makes sense. It fits in theme. Quick makes sense. Fits in theme. Endless and Quick, Awoken, and Melting Remnant. Then you get into like the tier 2 secondary clans. I'm saying secondary because if you're thinking about like, I would only gun for the clan that has multi-strike, well, you wouldn't, because you would pick a weaker clan. Second tier for me would be probably Wormkin, Hellhorned. And then bottom tier would be Umbra and Stygian Guard. So I would give... No. Burnout Stone is a minor one. Burnout Stone is a minor one. I think absolutely you want minor stones associated with the clans, and you want a major stone associated with the clans. So the minor stone's the Burnout. Minor stone with Awoken is the Spikes. Major stone is Quick. Major stone is Endless. Right? So you associate them with their respective clans. Okay. Then tier 2 is Wormkin, Hellhorned, secondary clans. It's like the next better ones in my opinion, because I think the imp package is so strong. The armor setup is really good. You have things like Steelworker, demon synergies are quite good, and then on Wormkin side you have all the egg synergies, you have the consume synergies, very powerful stuff, right? With Umbra and Stygian Guard, you have specifically Incant, which is very kind of niche. You need like a setup for it. And then Umbra is the Ember Drain package. And if you don't have the Ember Drain package, you're doing Gorging, and Gorging's pretty weak. So with that in mind, so then you get Hellhorned with Multi-Strike. And Multi-Strike be nerfed with +1 Ember. Also fits in theme with Hellhorned. Hellhorned has this kind of like things cost a lot of Ember feel to them. A lot of their spells are more expensive, and a lot of their units are more expensive. So you can get Multi-Strike with Hellhorned, but you get it at a cost of 1 extra Ember on the unit. I think it's completely fine as a nerf. It's nerfed in common, like it's in occurrence. Now you only see it when you have Hellhorned, and it's nerfed in terms of the Ember cost as well. So you pay an extra Ember, you get Multi-Strike. And with Wormkin, you get melee weakness. So melee, you get strike, apply, melee weakness, right? Also incredibly powerful, but it's tied to Wormkin. And I think there's a lot of good units that can use it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but I think it's quite strong. Strike effect, apply, melee weakness. Then you get to the bottom tier, and we talk about actually stones that don't exist, but would be insanely overpowered if you took them. And by the way, I think large stone is across all. So large stone is always available. Large stone's always available. So then what do you want for Stygian? Sweep. Sweep stone. Sweep is incredibly powerful. So you put it in one of the clans that's pretty tough to make work as a secondary clan. And again, Sweep is super powerful, but Sweep adding on to specifically that particular clan, you're mitigated a little bit because 2 of the units already come with Sweep. And again, I think it's incredibly powerful, but I think that Stygian Guard is a tough unit to take a secondary, and I think it's fine. There's no buffs. You're gonna have to get your buffs from your primary clan, or if you're playing Stygian, like I think it's the clan that's the safest one to put sweep in. I think there should be a sweep stone, and I think that's the clan you can do it safely without it going insane, because there's no buffs, there's no enhancements, there's incant incant. And then finally you have Umbra and you put trample. So that would be my way of doing it. And maybe even with sweep, there's another effect. Maybe you put like minus damage, or maybe you put something else onto it to reduce the effect. But you put sweep with some type of negative effect. So then you have 7 stones. 6 of them are tied to clans. 1, which is tied to, in general, large stone. And I would make large stone buffed up a little bit. That would be my setup. So again, Awoken gets quick. The quick stone, the melting remnant gets endless stone. Hellhorn gets multi-strike nerfed with +1 ember. On Wormkin, you get strike with melee weakness. With Umbra, you get trample. And with Stygian Guard, you get sweep with some type of negative effect associated with the sweep. I don't know what it is, but some negative effect. Probably minus damage is the most likely candidate. And for me, that seems like a good setup, so that you can consider the stones as part of why you're picking clans. I think that's an actually interesting idea, is that the clans are not just widely available, but you know that certain clans have to be tailored around it. So then you get rid of, first off, the stones are a lot less rare. There's only 3 possible, so it's a 33% chance you're going to get multi-strike when you want it. It's going to show up more often, which is what people have wanted as well, like that make multi-strike more common. I think this does that, but also means that in certain build combinations, multi-strike is off the table. It's off the table. So there's no multi-strike hunting. If you're playing Stygian Guard and Umbra, there's no multi-strike. So you don't worry about it, and you have to build without being able to get Frenzy Stone. And to me, that's way more interesting. I think the fact that unless you significantly nerf multi-strike to like an insane level, it's never going to be at parity, because it's so much stronger than the others in like 90% of cases. There are other cases where endless is better. Endless is better in imp builds. And quick is really good when you have already multi-strike and sweep. So there are cases where you want the other stones. But in 90% of cases, you will always be better off with a Frenzy Stone. And that, I think, the best way to deal with that is to control it. So you get it, but you get it in specific situations with specific clans, and it's not widely available. That would be my change. That would be my recommendation. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm very curious of others' opinions, but that's what I think I would do in order to address it. And what this also means is that in the future, you can design your stones with your clans. So then you get out, the 7th clan. Let's say they do another DLC, 7th clan. Then you can design a stone around that 7th clan. I think that's quite interesting. Anyway, that would be my way of doing it. With that, let's jump into round number 2. And let's go with same thing. Now we have superfood left, and we have stalwart snack left. Temperance is difficult to do with you can do it with buffs, but you have to get the full Ember Drain package in order for it to work. I like Conscription Notice a lot. Big fan of that. It's really good during the early game. It's not bad late game either. Especially when we start with a Crucible extension, we're going to probably get more capacity over time. I think we have to go Stalwart Snack. I think it's way too risky to go Temperance here. Are we just musicless here? Am I insane? I'm insane. We're musicless. Okay. Try that again. Sorry about that. I was like, it seems like awfully quiet. I think with Conscription, we're absolutely fine to take Divine Boons. Are we okay? I guess we could plink. If we get a single plink, then we're fine. We just need one. Because we're going to get conscription, so we're guaranteed to pull a unit. One plink, that's all we needed. So then we play you. Play you. Nameless Siren's fantastic. We can play you as well. And what am I thinking here? I think Crucible Extension, Sting you. Now we can just fit everything. All the morsels we've ever wanted. And give you root seeds, and we're in good shape. Okay. DJ Sopal, can you explain your reasoning? So you don't like it at all, that puts it on less things I can do. This is true. But for me, the point is, there are other ways to get multi-strike now. There used to not be. I think pre-DLC, it's problematic because pre-DLC, the only way to get multi-strike on a lot of units is Frenzy Stone. But with the DLC, the fact that you can infuse units to get multi-strike, I think it's fine. The point for me, and maybe they have to rebalance some other things in addition, but the point for me is like, I don't like the play pattern to be get multi-strike or lose. I think that's a really unhealthy play pattern, and that's currently what a lot of people experience right now. Not just me, but I think most people in the community experience this play pattern of just like, get multi-strike or lose, and I think that's not fun. But that's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion. I think we're crushing here. If we blink, it's even better. And we play this. So exactly to your point, Simi, is exactly the core of the problem. It should not be. You should not have an RNG element be critical to the vast majority of builds. So I think what they have to do is redesign a bit to compensate for the fact that Frenzy Stone is not widely available. So I think that's completely reasonable. Also, you would be surprised if they add Trample and they add Sweep as stones, you will see more builds come up. Like those two enable brand new builds we've never seen before. Being able to get Sweep on a unit is interesting. Do you think it would make it harder? Probably. It probably would make it harder. I don't disagree. Also, melee weakness is a kind of multi-strike. Right? Like, it's not, but it kind of is. And would enable a whole new set of builds. That's the point. Like, for me, it's encouraging new build variety and moving away from Frenzy Stone being critical. And so yes, it would make builds when you don't have Hellhorned more difficult. And even when you have Hellhorned, the one Ember cost is going to be a problem. Like your Demon Fiend becomes, you can't put Frenzy Stone on Demon Fiend unless you have like Hell's Banners or something, right? So like it makes certain things more challenging in general. It doesn't deal with damage shields, but neither does Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike deals with one damage shield, but doesn't deal with multiple damage shields very effectively if the floor is just going to move up anyway. You need something anyway. You need an AoE spell. So you were going to get that anyway. Plus, imagine things like Multi-Strike, you can get the effect of, and it's more guaranteed. Let's say you're playing Wurmkin Umbra. So Wurmkin Umbra now would have melee weakness and trample. You put trample on your second unit, you put melee weakness on your front unit, and you just blow up the floor. Yeah, Shadow Siege with trample and sweep. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the idea is to deal with Frenzy Stone not by just flat nerfing it, but by introducing other build types that fit. But I would love that. Melee weakness with trample as like an almost guaranteed setup. Like there's some sick builds you could do with that. Alright, let's continue. We cannot take Steel Enhancer, we cannot take Wildwood Sap, Restoration Detonation is a joke. So we continue. "60 Graves, I completely agree. And I think, as I said, the only way that you can deal with it is by directly addressing the power level outside of Frenzy Stone. You can't do it with just Frenzy Stone. If you nerf Frenzy Stone too hard, then across the board the game is nerfed. Think about what happened with Stackstone was introduced. They had to do a multitude of changes because Stackstone got introduced with the +1 Ember, and it just blew out a whole bunch of builds. And so then I think you address it by, on the one hand, making it non-core, and then you have to compensate. There's got to be compensation, absolutely. In clans that don't have Frenzy Stone anymore by default, you have to compensate, absolutely. But I think that that's a fair trade. That then you make it not possible. This is for me the whole point. Is like if it's not an option, then you have to build around that. And I like that idea. That certain clan combos can't get it, and then you have to build around it. I don't think so, because it's not. It's oh man, we're going way off track here. But I don't think necessarily you auto pick Hellhorn just to get Frenzy Stone, especially if Frenzy Stone is +1 Ember in addition. I think. And first off, if you want to clear all the clans, you can't anyway. You still have to clear all 40 clans, or all 60, right? You have to clear all 60 combinations. So if you want to stamp all combinations, you can't just pick Hellhorn whenever you want. And I don't think that win streaking with Hellhorn is automatic. There are certain builds that are really, really good. The Shardtail Queen build is still going to be very good. Shardtail Queen plus Melting Remnant is still going to be very strong. But Frenzy Stone isn't a big part of that build. You don't need Frenzy Stone in that build, because you do AoE damage with the Queen, and your imps just stack everything. Like you just do insane amounts of damage because your imps do insane amounts of damage. So you don't even need it there. So like I feel like the builds in Hellhorn are the least reliant on Frenzy Stone out of most of the clans. And again, it's not that you can't get multi-strike. You can, but you have to get it through infusions. And that's another thing too, is that currently... Oh. Hi. Oh, is it too loud? I'm sorry. Waking up the neighbors. Anyway. Love you. Love you too. Have a good night. Yeah, anyway. I just think there's a design space for it. I think it's too hard to balance around Frenzy Stone. Did we just lose music again? How do we keep losing music? Oh, we didn't. We're just in a huge pause. Okay, we're good. Anyway, let's continue. Speaking of it, we are gonna get an Umbra banner, and this is a good time for an Umbra banner because we have specifically Stalwart Snack, and Stalwart Snack is typically best with Umbra. This would be a good Shadow Eater build. Robot's also great. Robot's fantastic. We will take that. This is very true. They don't have to pick the other clans. They don't have to pick the other clans. It's a really tough call, guys. I'm not saying that it's like a guaranteed it's gonna fix everything, but I think it would create more builds that show up and become viable. You might be right. You might be right that it's just people playing optimal builds. But then that's also like fine. Like, right? Like if they're gonna play casually and they want to play Hellhorn, it's the first one added. I don't know. I think that adding more major stones is going to piss people off. To be perfectly frank, I think that adding more of these stones making Frenzy Stone even less likely is going to make people blame RNG even more. As long as Frenzy Stone is available widely, it's going to be problematic. The other route is that you just remove it. You could just remove it, replace it with something else, and only get multi-strike through infusions and balance the game around that. So I don't know. I don't think there's a. We are slowing the hell out of this run. Let me pretend like I'm playing a game here. So actually, Quick is one of the best ones with Allied Construct because he's gonna have 3 strike anyway. So then Quick becomes very valuable. I'm not gonna put health on him. I don't think we need it. But okay, we get a multi-strike. We'll take it. I mean, we're not gonna not take it, guys. Like, we'll take it. But you really think that people would just play Hellhorn? I don't think I believe in the masses. I think the masses would play all the other covenants because they're fun. And I would be shocked if under that setup, Hellhorn's win rate is so much better than the others. Compared to things like... I just feel like there's so many better setups than just Hellhorn because you want Frenzy Stone as a secondary clan. But... Alright, let me think about this. And that's actually, that's another thing too. This would also be really, so actually the opposite of what you said, Evocron. I think having Frenzy Stone not as an option would mean you take more units. And this is something that right now Monster Train punishes you on. If you take too many units, you just get screwed. And I like the idea of like builds that have a lot of units. It's tough these days to make it work because there's so much damage output at Covenant level 25. But I think that would be really cool to have more common multi-floor builds, which you don't see a lot of. You do see them sometimes. Gorge builds tend to be multi-floor, but like it's not always, and I think that could be really cool. Anyway, we're talking a lot here, not playing a lot of Monster Train. Not that you guys came here for me to wax philosophical on you. Let's continue. Are we okay with spikes? I think not. I think we're not okay with spikes. And besides, that makes it really new player friendly, right? The new players get to experience Frenzy Stone and be just tickled about it, and then everybody else, knows the truth that there's more to the game than that. But buff enemy units, but reduce the number of units. That I would 100% agree with. In fact, I don't know if you guys watched the State of the Train video that I made, or that we did together as a community. My number one change that I want is fewer units during the Divinity fight and a much harder Divinity. I think Divinity should be stronger as an actual boss, and the units should be reduced. That would be my dream change. A little scared about this. I think we're just gonna play the stings down here because we're killing everything anyway. The biggest problem right now is just getting blasted by this jerk. Plink would be huge. Thank you. And I almost think we might even... No, we can't block because we need the sustain. We'll Plink here. Okay, there we go. Lifesteal gets us there. Increase capacity, give us more damage. Pull you out here with a Train Steward. Increasing capacity is not so important. I guess we can. Look, we're going to heal this back anyway. Immediately on the first hit. And second hit kills. No, first hit kills. Prismal Dust is a way to save Divinity, but I kind of want to save it for the Superfood run. I don't hate Packed Morsels. We don't really have good morsel generation right now, so like Packed Morsels is pretty good. Umbra Assault's pretty good. I don't love Sharpen. I'm not a believer in Sharpen here. I would love Razor Sharp Edge. And we're not going to get it because we're too late. But Razor Sharp Edge would have been sick. Do we take Sharpen as a cheap man's Razor Sharp Edge? I don't know. I don't know. The problem is that the spikes get wasted. I guess we don't take it. I'm not really sure what this build needs in order to get taken. We need sustain. We don't really have really good sustain. That's one thing. So something like, you know what we need is, we need Grovel. Grovel is the spell that we need. Quick would also be huge. He speaks, therefore it is. And then we will dupe and merge the units next turn. We don't take any of this. Commemorative Spike. We do have the capacity for it, so I don't hate it. Huh. Penitent Remains. That's pretty good. Yeah, so the Little Fade's another example of builds that don't really need multi-strike. Like, it's good if you get them, but you just get a bunch of drafts, make them thick, and you're fine. And that's what I mean. Like, I think the problem is that there are too many builds that have multi-strike as the core, and there's not enough builds that use it as, you know, like, there's not enough builds that can, the ones that don't need it would not be affected by any of these changes, and the ones that do need it, I don't know, it's kind of a tough spot. I'm not really sure how we deal with all of the different, you know, cases and things like that, but I just think I'm not particularly pleased with the current balance. I think most players aren't either, just because, not the current balance of Frenzy Stone specifically. So we cannot put other units up here. This is mandatory to keep this unit free. I'm really glad we took the packed morsels, because we will 100% need it in order to win this fight. Because we have no unit once our poor little lady of the house is gone. What is very problematic right now, and in fact was why we're going to play the Train Steward here up first, because then it will die. We got to make a plink target. We now have a plink target. We need a minimum of 2 additional morsels in order for this build to win. And now it's all on getting as much damage as possible and getting an opportune packed morsels. This is fantastic. This is exactly when we need packed morsels. And that will give us 7 fuel, not to mention all the damage. If we can set up another plink, that would have been the ideal. I think it's unlikely we can set up another plink reliably. So the question is 7? 6, 5, 4. 4 hits is enough. We only have to hit twice. We're good. Hello, Crowd2. Welcome. And then after this, we don't have a problem. After this fight, we're gravy train. No worries at all. We don't have a care in the crap. This guy. Okay, it's fine. We don't have a care in the world. We're good. Yeah, this is Stalwart Snack. Stalwart Snack is the name. And we win. With 4 fuel left. But that 4 fuel represents more than 2,000 damage, so this is pretty good. There's quick if we needed it, but we don't need it. I don't love any of this. We just keep rolling. The biggest problem we're going to have with this build right now, Wilting Sapwood is very fascinating. Wilting Sapwood, huh? You might think, stupid, why would you take a Wilting Sapwood? Wilting Sapwood is really good at generating lots of Ember and we can pivot into some other kind of stuff. Let me think. See, I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! I only watched a couple episodes of the cartoon. There's a thought here about generating a lot of Ember and trying to get something like a Shroud Spike, which then we can blast after getting a lot of Ember. But I think it's probably not. It's probably not an ideal way to do this. We will do draw first. We want consume removal and -1, or even just consume removal on our pack shards. I would love to go left, but I need to dupe the robot now. This is the most important part of this build is duping the robot. So we dupe the robot. Otherwise, the build doesn't work. It gives us the extra multi-strike. More importantly, it gets us the double fuel, which means that he's going to survive forever. Now all we need is sustain. We need to find a way to sustain. We don't have it currently. We must find an answer. We don't spell chain you. I think we just keep it rolling for now. "100% agree, but I think the imp builds are already overpowered." And you would still get it, because Transcendent has endless. You would still get it. You would still get it because you could infuse endless with Transcendent. It's still possible. But then Imp Parade becomes much better. It's no longer the third tier version of Shardtail Queen because you generate imps every turn. And, you know, then you find other ways to make royalty work. And again, you can still get it. You could still put endless on units. Anyway. Spell chain, we don't think. Yeah, we're gonna go in the next fight. If I win this run, being as stupidly tired as I am, and in addition, completely distracted by this discussion around Frenzy Stone, I'm going to be immensely proud of myself. Horn Warrior coming in clutch to help us clear the floor. Appreciate that. Are we just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14. I think we just put the morsel up front and we live. Excellent. Okay. Now we get scary floors. Scary floors incoming. Just kidding. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. I don't know what I was talking about. I apologize. I was overreacting. No, you weren't starting drama. I think it's an important discussion because it's absolutely it's the number one criticism I have of the game right now is the reliance on multi-strike more than anything else. That's not true. My number one is still the Divinity fight. Divinity fight changes actually solves the problem as well. That's the other route you can go. You make Divinity less multi-strike reliant, and then I think you're also fine. Seraph was never multi-strike reliant. It was still always good to get Frenzy Stone, but you could have viable builds without Frenzy Stone because you're only getting maximum 3-4 units on a floor. When you're getting regularly 5 units and you have mini bosses that have like massive health, that's where Frenzy Stone becomes important. So I think if you fix Divinity, that works, or if you fix Frenzy Stone, like either option is fine. And we're crushing here. Maybe even get a plane. Love to see that. I don't know how we sustain. This is still my problem. Still my number one problem with this build right now is we don't have a good answer for the lack of sustain. I really couldn't care less. I think we just root seeds and be done with it. The man has all the damage in the world. He's hitting quick. He's hitting before the guy even does anything, so we're good. We just need a sustain option. The other sustain option could be... what? That's not it. There is a prism retrieval build. It's impossible with the robot. If we didn't have the robot, I would consider it. It's not possible without the robot. Or with the robot, because we need to get first turn gorges or we just die. We skip everything else. Adaptive, huh? Adaptive sets us back, but it is a sustain option. It just sets us back so far. This would give us a ton of health. But then I think the setback's too high. I think it sets us back too high. I don't think we can do it. Okay, we only got 3 more rings left. 5, 6, and 7. These are our only chances to get something. We go right path. We definitely want to yeet stewards as well. Holdover. We have only crappy cards. And holdover on Crucible Extension is not a thing. I don't also want holdover on a Root Seeds. That's asinine. I mean, it's fine. It's not great. I guess it's fine. We'll do it. Double stack, huh? Well, that's not great. Really was wanting consume removal for our stuff, but now we have some better planks. Better planks are always fine. And are we gonna get removal? Yeah, we'll do removal here. And if we're gonna get removal there, I'm just thinking. I think I'd still like this. No, you know, I'm gonna save money. I'll save money. Shroud Spike. Okay, we got it. We actually have Stackstone. No, Stackstone doesn't work with it. Stackstone doesn't work with it. What do we have here, though? I don't love Spell Chain on it. Unless we had first Hell Pact. Also don't love Intrinsic on it. Okay, well, we'll see. Spell Shield is annoying, but not like permanently detrimental. We have enough Gorge that we're fine. The only issue I have is Sweepers. Sweepers are very scary. Pack shard options in the last 3 rings are coins, temple, and coins. My guess is that there is basically no world in which these plinks ever do anything, but we are going to play them. We don't really need the Siren. We get all the morsels. This helps with sustain a bit. It doesn't right now. Now it helps with sustain a bit. There's a 0% chance this hits, but you never know. If we play you up front, 10, 20, you still die. If we kill you and play you up front, you live. So we might as well do that, and Root Seed you twice. Okay. How likely are we to kill this backliner? Extremely likely. Kill, kill, kill. Yeah, we're good. We got there. We got there. We got to the point of survivability, and that's all we needed. That's really all I ever wanted. I mean, obviously you want to be able to Shroud Spike, but, you know. Doesn't always mean you can, just because you want to. Is this man viable to kill? And the answer is yes. By the time we get to him, we will be doing more than 160 damage per hit. Also, pretty good chance we could plink here. But let's plink here. Play this. Please? Oh, you love to see it. Mm. Yum, 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 yum. And we're just absolutely crushing. We're going to hit this man. I think we probably insta-give him, but let's see when we get there. I think we have 2 more gorges. And we're going to be at 225. That should be enough, right? 900 damage even. Seems good. Blink. Oh, you love to see it. 900 damage. Quick. It's pretty good. No sustain yet, though. Gem Trove is sustain. We have to get -2 and holdover on it. But that is sustain. We take it when we need something. Awake is bad sustain, but it would also be sustain. I think we rely on Gem Trove for now. We have... The other option is that we dupe it, and I think 2 damage shield occasionally is also pretty good. We're going to go left. We're going to remove 2 train stewards. Let me see where the dupe is. And do we get spell upgrades here? Spell upgrades here and removal, and the spell upgrades and dupe. That's perfect. Because we want the spell upgrades. We remove the 2 train stewards. We spell upgrade. We probably dupe the Gem Trove and try to get either intrinsic. Either we get intrinsic or we get -2. One of the 2 is what we need. I mean, like, do we need it? We don't need it. We get enough fuel. I think we get enough fuel. We need sustain. This might be relevant. I'm going to take it because, and we're going to take the money. I'm going to take it because we might need to upgrade Gem Trove with 2 -2 stones and then get holdover, and that would be enough. Now this is interesting. This is very interesting. Do we play bottom floor here? We certainly can. We're gonna take the ultimate penance damage. That's a fact of life. Or do we play middle floor? Middle floor leaves us open to potentially taking some damage or having to deal with 1 garbage occasionally. I think we have to play bottom. We're going to accept this guy, and we are going to play you here and pray that we can kill this thing quickly. No, we're good now. We're killing everything now. We're good. The quick is killing 1, 2, 3, 4. A single gorge from Primordium gets us there, so that was never a problem. We need this plink to hit. Desperately. Desperately need this plink to hit. Train Steward, coming in clutch. We got it. I mean, we only needed one to hit. Now we're good for the rest of the fight. Obviously, you would love to be able to play a Shroud Spike. But if you can't play a Shroud Spike, getting 2 morsels is the next best thing. First hat trick was amazing. I mean, we had 1 unit to rule them all, and we just crushed. I guess I will play this. Play this first. Get this on you. Damage shield's always going to be good. As I said, damage shield is always going to be good. Play you up here, and we just hold the pack morsels for later. This build's also pretty good. Like, it's not amazing. It's not insane. We now at least have some type of sustain option, which we didn't have before. But this is fine. This is completely reasonable build. Not too crazy, just decent. First path was aggressive edible. This path is stalwart snack. The only one we'll have left is superfood. We can try to hit the flanks, but you know my relationship with flanks. And 2 more turns, we should be good. We have Game does not ever want me to play Shroud Spike. I've learned this. I'm accepting defeat on the Shroud Spike. It's just never going to happen. But I think we're just crushing here. Yeah. Not even close. Not even close. With 26 fuel, all the damage shield, and we're doing 800 damage. It's 2 turns and we kill. Pop up and down. So the nice thing is relentless combat is basically trivial. Cycle of Life. Cycle of Life is reasonable. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to be very controversial here. We're going to take Ember. This is my controversial contribution to this run. I think the Ember is going to come in. We'll check. We will check back in at the end and see if I'm right. How could he say something so controversial and yet so brave? These are not the spells we were looking for. This is all the spells we didn't want. Which means his double stack, no. There's no world where we put double stack onto Gem Trove. No. I do not exist in this world where you put double stack onto Gem Trove. Gem Trove must be cheap, must be held over. These are the only options allowed. We will make... We are going to yeet Plinks. We're not going to upgrade any more Plinks. Plinks are not a thing. Yeah, we do have to... We will yeet a Plink. That's right. We have to yeet a Plink. There is the remove consume from the pack morsels. This seems less necessary with the advent of the Gem Trove. And we will continue onward. We will have to do a plus 30 Plink. And then we will purge another Plink. And we will see if we will take the extra money. I think we still just play Stalwart Snack. I'm just trying to think. Aggressive Edible is not bad here as a one-off. 8 Gorges is a lot. And this just gets us 7 extra damage per turn. That's 28 damage per turn onto our robot, which is pretty good. 28 damage quick is not bad. This is one of those that's actually scary. This is a legitimately scary trial. So we just plan to sack our unit in front. That's how we will be dealing with that. Or we put Cycle of Life onto Primordium. This is incredibly scary. You can take 5... We are going to hide ourselves behind a Morsel Miner. Steelworker would be lovely to play up here. It's not feasible. Steelworker is going to have to come down here. I guess we play Packed Morsels, but I don't love it. And we give you all this. And we don't play you because you just feed these guys. Give them more damage, which we don't want. We take some fire damage. We get Gem Trove. Gem Trove is great. We can also Plink here. So we go Root, Root, Plink. Love to see it. Gem Trove. And we definitely just want more damage. I don't know where we're putting you guys. We don't get any of our stuff yet. This is not the ideal setup here. We're gonna have Damage Shield. Damage Shield's blocking this guy. You're gonna have 26. You're gonna have about 80 damage, more than 80 damage. 26 plus 6. 32. 89 damage times 4. 320. We're gonna kill the front unit. We're dang close to killing the front unit and the next one, but we're gonna kill the front unit. And then in addition, we'll take the 2 hits from you, but they're gonna hit damage shield, and then you're gonna kill the next guy. We're good. I don't care. Just eat up, man. Just do your thing. This actually means we kill now. Yeah, 250 means that we kill both of them quick, and we can keep our damage shield for later. Play this up here. Okay. Maths, guys. Maths. This is where we can purge this worthless card. Okay, things are getting scarier. We're gonna have 119 damage. 1. Do. Sting you. Sting you. Okay. I think we kill everything. Okay, we gotta hit a plink. So we only have to hit a plink, and then we have to gorge. Like, that's it. Get the space. We gotta hit a plink. And then we just gotta gorge. Play the Rebel Morsel up front to block a hit. Gorge for damage shield. 123 is not enough, so we have to gorge for damage shield. We now have 4 damage shield. And we should be in the turn. There we go. It is self-infused. Yeah, you basically have to do self-infused, I feel like. So reducing the cost of cycle of life also becomes very important, as evidenced by the last turn. We're going to play you out. We're going to go Gem Trove to get 3 morsels. And now we're in a very good spot. And this is kind of how we need these turns to be. We just need to get holdover on the Gem Trove, and things become a lot smoother. Up until then, it's a little dicey. Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do Morsel Maid, you want Robot on Morsel Maid. Almost every time. Overgorger is very risky, but it can work. It's risky. I mean, Overgorger is Overgorger. It's unpredictable. Nobody can tell what's going to happen with Overgorger. And I think we're crushing here. We're going to have easily more than, let's see, 350, 1400. So we're going to kill this guy in the first hit. Don't know why I played that, just for fun, I guess. And quick hit wins. But even if he didn't, like, obviously we're still doing the We don't want Wretch. We can't take it anyway. We have to save Void Binding for Superfood. We have the whole Ember Drain package left. Apart from Lifesteal, we have the whole Ember Drain. Grovel. Grovel is safety. So we take Grovel. We might yeet it. The Grovel might be yeeted. We'll have to see. If we get holdover on Gem Trove, we yeet Grovel. If we don't get holdover, we keep Grovel. This is the dynamic play you get to witness here. Permafrost. Permafrost 100% goes on the Shroud Spike. -1, 100% goes on the Cycle of Life. You want a big consuming plane. This is all good. Hold over. Hold over on Gem Trove. So that's our sustain. We now fixed our sustain problem. Not to mention that we now have a 1-cost Cycle of Life. And we don't put plus on anything. Let's check out trinkets. Chain of Gems is very... Bolt. Oh my gosh. What happened? Hell's Banners. And now we have to make a choice. I think we don't need Unbanded Penumbra because we're going to have holdover. I think Chain of Gems is just objectively better. We could keep Grovel if we feel like we need it. It's got to certainly be better than like a Sting, right? And I think we dupe cycle. I think we dupe Cycle of Life. Now that it's 1 cost. And let's yeet. What do we yeet? What do we yeet? Is it a 1 cost root seeds? Is it a, I think it's just a sting. And then we add some damage to the other sting and be done with it. Oh, that's also very true. We could save it. We could save it. I think that's fair. I think we do. Let's eat it. We'll take the money to eat it so we can have it for superfood. Give us the most options. Hopefully those 10 shards don't come back to haunt us, but I think we're in an okay shape here. Seraph's going to be fine. It's going to be whether we can manage Divinity. I mean, already this is like insane. The fact that we can start off with Cycle of Life, Shattered Shell. Alright, get in there, friend. Oh, I could have put it up there. I'm an idiot. It's fine. We just want to really rub it in Sarah's face. I mean, this is just... Things get nutty now. We're in nutty territory. Super Blink here? Blink here? No, Blink here. Yes? There you go. Yeah, I'm not too worried. Plus, we are going to get Cycles of Life over time, and that's going to just make things way better. We have a really good chance of getting Cycle of Life, one of the two, or Chain of Gems. And if we get Chain of Gems, we can play it. We would absolutely play it because we hit Hell's Banners because of Commemorative Spike. So we're at 7 Ember first turn. Like, we're in good shape. Hell's Banners. I think we just want the damage. Let's Root Seeds you, because that's going to also be damage over time. Get some damage rolling. And our man's dead, but, you know, sometimes you gotta kill a man to save a man. Alright, Gem Trove. All the morsels. And this is just looking like a slaughterhouse at this point. Plinks are literally here to just damage Seraph. That's their purpose. Yeet this. I'm gonna keep pack morsels for later. Once we have enough space, we can actually fit like 5 morsels, and then it could be pretty good. Crucible Extension, another Gem Trove. Love to see those diamond morsels. And the only problem we have right now is just that we're not, you know, killing as much as we can. Like we're not getting through to hit Seraph is the problem. Cycle. I mean, look at this. Look at this. We're getting 40 HP now per turn. Play all this out. Super Blink. Love to see it. And we actually get it. Oh, we don't actually get hit Seraph because it's taking hits to kill the front line. But Sap Seraph isn't really a big deal because you still, Primordium, unless it's Superfood. Superfood, we would get the Sap. But because it's not Superfood, we're getting 40 every time. We're not getting 10, we're getting 40. So you still get the full value of your stats, even without, even though we're getting Sap. We can max out the floor. And put that. Get you down here. Triple root. And he's now up to 300, and we're good. Yeah. Primordium is not like adaptive mutation. It's not effective health. It's raw health that gets, or raw damage, raw health that gets added. That's also why if your Primordium is damaged, you still get the full value. By the way, have you seen how much fuel we have here? So we skipped double gorges. We have 68 fuel. Double gorges were not necessary. Nope, it's raw damage, which is fantastic. Helps out a lot. Keablo, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for the subscription. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And if you're not, maybe you'll see this video next week when I catch up putting all these videos onto YouTube. In which case, 1 week later, thank you for the subscription. And may you still be subscribed by the time you watch this. Three out of 4. Only 2 out of 4. What 3 out of 4? The only seraphs that bother are chaste and diligent. No, not chaste, sorry, chaste and temperate. All the rest are fine. Yeah, but you don't play Superfood because of the Ember Drain package. That's just like a nicety. And if you have the Ember Drain package, you can play against Temperate. It's only if you don't have the Ember Drain package. Rage is enough. You'll get if you have Perils of Production, you will absolutely outscale the SAT. If it's held over, you're fine. You're fine. It's just if you don't have the Ember Drain package that it becomes problematic. Okay, so we have to play middle floor, otherwise Primordium just immediately dies. Oh wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. We can play top floor. We can play top floor because of Chain of Gems hit this guy. That's right. So we have to play middle floor. You don't fit because we put the... Hold on. Ignore that. Excuse me. I made an error. I made a boo-boo. Let's try this again. This time with feeling. And it's it's basically at this point Chain of Gems or bust. 65 is not enough to kill them in one hit. Okay. Plink might get us there. Gets us closer for sure. If we play the Plink up front, it will have 2 damage shield. Double cycle. And this, and we're good. This man is going to be the hero we need to kill the clergyman. And now, we get Chain of Gems with Space Prism. Because I'm scared, we're putting this guy up front. But actually, we were totally fine. And I think we need the damage. We will Plink here. Now, Plink doesn't do anything. I think we just take the damage. Crushing. And once again, Steelworker gonna come in clutch, killing this Clip Shaman. I think. We might have to like detour one Chain of Gems to make it work, but we will kill the Clip Shaman. We will take no pyre damage. And now the health is fine. Yeah, we will do a detour here. Minor detour to keep this man alive, and then we just crush. Raisin, if you're watching, thank you for the subscription. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And as I said before, if you are just chilling, watching this in the future, know that I appreciated it then and I appreciate it today. We have a leak. Gentlemen, a leak has been had. And I mean, it's not devastating, but it is very annoying. We are going to play Chain of Gems up here. Pack morsels as well. But let's start by playing you guys. And I think we have to play this Plink here. Wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but it's fine. Play you guys down here. And I just want this guy to take more damage. The more damage he takes, the happier of a clam that I am. The 10 damage did not matter. It did. You mean 10 damage on Primordium? Definitely mattered. It's also very good when you're not playing the top floor. We would have gotten wrecked. We're gonna take 25 damage. Just kidding. We're gonna take 45 damage because, again, if you guys came here to learn how to count, you came to the wrong channel. This is not a counting channel. We do not specialize in our ability to count here. We specialize in our ability to make meme plays and do ridiculous builds. I think we're crushing. Now, the biggest problem right now is all these stupid people. This is an accounting channel. Welcome to the accounting channel. Please have your calculators ready while we prepare this intense content. I just realized now we're losing this guy. There is a miracle world where this plink hits this man twice and kills him. We do not live in that world. We live in the real world. And the real world is not full of sunshine and rainbows, and we needed to protect our guy and we didn't do it. I have also done that. I have done the calculations before. So, there's some strategies here. This Wayne Conduit can be killed. It in fact can be killed. The way you would kill it is you would not play any of these because they're trash. Okay, well it's going to be 10 damage plus... Yeah, it's not enough. We'll just take one shot here. That's fine. It's fine. I accept it. I'm moving on. I probably should be putting morsels up front, but I can't be bothered at this point. Take another 10 damage. So now the only problem is a problem of that these guys are real jerks. There's a world where we hit these plinks. I would like to live in a world where you could hit a plink. I have a dream. One is satisfactory. We accept that. 100% we will accept one hit plink there. And by the way, I said I wasn't killing everything. I was dead wrong. We are crushing. I said I live in a dream where one of the plink hits. I didn't say I live in a dream where both of them hit. I'm not that greedy sometimes. Rube MPD, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. It's going pretty well. Bop, 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 bop. Can we get you to a no damage world? I think we can. There's a world where you take no damage. We are doing 1600 damage per turn. Two for two. 2 for 2. If I'm going to survive another run with Primordium, I will need liquid sustenance. So I will temporarily leave you so that I can get water. And we will try to survive ourselves. What cards do we have left to stamp? There's a handful, but I'm playing with googly eyes. So I don't want to ruin my streak doing the hat trick challenge. Let's take a screenshot, post it into Discord as Primordium 2. And here we go. We lost Alloyed Construct, Packed Morsels, Shroud Spike, Space Prisms, Stings. We actually had already lost Space Prisms. They started in our opening deck. Crucible Extension, Cycle of Life, Gem Trove. So we still have a lot left. So this is where I will leave you momentarily. I'm going to grab some water. I'll be right back. All right. I now have water. Let us move on. We are on to the third and final run. You guys are going to probably have to help me remember what cards I can and cannot take. We have to go superfood, so we will re-roll if we don't get superfood as our opening. We pray that we don't get chased or temperate. Okay, so what this means is we need to not get superfood now. Alternatively, we have to get the Ember Drain package. If we don't get the Ember Drain package, we probably lose. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it certainly makes things a lot less viable if we don't get it. So we need Void Binding and we need Furnace Tap. Well, actually, we just need Void Binding. Void Binding alone is enough. Okay. Hammered Chest Plates is very good. We will have 15 health Primordiums. Oh, dang it, guys. We didn't get it. We'll have to re-roll. That's a pity. Diligence. I can do Diligence. I can do Diligence. Vine Grasp every turn. Okay, there we go. Now we can get Perils of Production on holdover. That works. That works. Supra food. And now what we need, we have Prismal Dust, which is already very good. What we need now is damage. Hell Pact. What do we get? Hell Pact is good with... We could get Awoken's Rail Spike. Guys, we could get Awoken's Rail Spike. Yeah, we take first Hell Pact, 100%. It's Hellhorn, or not Hellhorn, Umbra and Awoken have some of the best possible X-Cost cards. Oh yeah, also we have 2 Prismal Dusts. Hey, also guys, I added some commands. Feel free to try it out. Hat Trick, hashtag or exclamation point hat trick is now a command. I'm gonna close the door. I'm yelling and the door's open. Which explains all of the rules. There is also exclamation point YouTube, exclamation point Discord, and I will be adding some more soon. All right. Spikes are scary, but you know what? Hashtag free subs. No, unfortunately, we have $5 subs, the Subway special. All right, let's go. This is actually fine. We'll play this as well. Train Steward, get in here. Plink. Love to see that. The nice thing is that Vine Grasp is pretty good about just like negating a lot of the problems you normally have. We'll still play this. Turns out damage shield's pretty good. I don't want to give you damage shield though. You know what? Kill him. Kill it. Do it. See if I care, jerk. Root Seeds is great. We cannot kill this man. The boy is too thick. There's a world where maybe. It's not this world. We go Vine Grasp because there is still a chance. There is still a chance. We're going to take 6 damage here. If we get a Plink... Plink Vine Grasp kills the front unit. Love to see it. Could have played that in a different order, but I'm not going to complain. And this is very simple. You just double Root Seeds. We're going to take another 6 damage. So we end with 12 damage total. And I'm just going to guess that 8 damage shield with 27 damage is probably enough. If my math is correct. Which is not a given. But I think we're good. No, we don't just need Furnace Tap. We need Perils of Production. Sharpen. We will try to get one stalwart snack. Would be pretty sick. Husk Hermit. Husk Hermit? There is a unit. I don't know if you guys have heard. There's a unit in Awoken that has sweep and 30 health. It's called Husk Hermit. It's a pretty good unit. It's particularly great in decks that have multi-strike as a Frenzy Stone. And so there's this unit called Husk Hermit. And what I've heard is, it's similar to Bloody Mary. You say it multiple times in the mirror, and it magically appears. I mean, there were other outs. There were other outs, right? Like, we could have gotten... we could have gotten Animus of Will. Even Animus of Speed wouldn't have been terrible, but... The streamer RNG. -2 to Sharpen is fantastic. I almost think, like... Did we just get Intrinsic on Sharpen? Is that actually good? I don't think so. I think we don't take Intrinsic yet. Let's wait. Oh, wait a minute. What if we get Intrinsic on Damage Shield? Do we need that much Damage Shield at the beginning? Probably not. I think it's probably fine. We just wait. We wait. That's true. We did get all the Endless we wanted in the first run, but we also had our first run that was like busted for the most part all the way up until the end. We have a lot of temples here, so we have a lot of options. We will take a unit. It turns out that Sharpen at 0 cost plus Perils of Production is typically enough to kill most things. And we're just gonna go 1, 2, and Damage Shield. Smack you around. I want him especially to die. Really want to hurt him. Really want you to die first. Okay, so the only issue we have right now is the amount of damage we're taking, but at the same time, is that really an issue when we're just going to get an extra 10 damage shield here? We get to go into the boss with 10 damage shield. My money says that's probably enough. But for fun, we can dump a Train Steward up front to take a hit as well. There's 0 chance we kill this man. Let's play this. Play you out. And then we just add Sharpen and a Root Seeds. And doesn't really matter. Trample, you say? I think we take a second Perils, but that is in fact a Trample Stone. Trample plus Sweep is pretty hilarious. I'm tempted. I'm certainly tempted. I mean, we might as well make it fun. Why not make it fun? The plan is I don't really care. Any unit we're going to take is going to be good. So we're at a Animus of Speed. Yeah, Animus of Speed is the play. Thorned Hollow could be the play. Like, it's fine. I think we just take Animus of Speed. Get quick, and then we don't stress. Left path. We really need holdover. This is it's a very important part of this build. Not Consume Remove. Consume Remove is for chumps. We want freer Root Seeds. If I do this, I could still afford holdover. I also don't love Permafrost. Just make more Root Seeds free. And what do we get in the caverns? Yeah, this is fine. Stygian Unnamed Tome. It's completely unnecessary. Remnant Pact. Interesting. Huh. So anyway, you know how I said I was gonna take a Star Wars snack? Maybe not anymore. Divine Boons. I do want this. We get removal and unit upgrades here. And we can't merge the units yet, but we will be able to soon. And we don't need it now. Like, we have enough defense. So, this is great. Start off with you. Play you. Play this. And we are going to get sap. This is the sap thing that we talked about, but it's not a big deal. Just, I probably should just try to kill that guy, but I guess I can get big plinks now instead. We have no plinks, huh? I kind of feel like just getting the most damage shield, but this man is a 25 damage spell. Let's keep him for later. Pop you off, you're doing the most damage. And then just get damage shield. Okay. Plink. We don't perils yet. We perils to get Ember. We give you Endless. We probably just Vine Grasp. Let's Plink here. Fair enough. Vine Grasp you. Engine upgrade is okay. Put you here. None of this matters. And we're good. The quick is just fantastic once we get it on officially. For right now, we don't have it, but once we have it, it's going to be sick. Play a Jeweler. Play you. Give you Trample. For fun and profit, we can reduce some damage on our damage shield, give you more stats, and this is all great. We're actually not taking damage. We're taking some damage here. That's crazy. Because of the days. Is there any way? 2, 4, 7. Okay, there's one. You're dying all the spikes. 2, 4, 7. If we kill one, 2, 4, 7, 8. Well, the problem is, so we have to do it 2 steps. We go 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Now we're killing. So now the problem is that our man here, no, he's not dazed, he's good. Bring him back. Everything's fine. Everything's awesome. Welcome back. You can't even get played because I did that there. That's fine. Stats, and we're in good shape. Cool. We actually have full health after all that. Now we get quick. Makes our lives even easier. That is an adaptive mutation. It's very risky. Adaptive mutation is very risky. However, Husk Hermit has 30 health and 5 damage. So if we do a swap, we gain 30 health instantly. There's also a Forever Consumed. Forever Consumed is doing 90 damage. These are both very, very good. We won't take Shroud Spike. We don't need it anyway. It's not a Shroud Spike run. Forever Consumed for 90 damage, or Adaptive Mutation for hilarity and fun. I think we play for fun here. We've had very strong builds. I think we're in a good spot. Why not make it fun, right? Definitely want more draw. Yes, because we're planning to try to get holdover on Perils of Production. We still need to get that. It's still missing. So we're going to go left path here. I don't care what you are. You are not good enough for this build. Life's tough. You got to accept it sometimes if you're a unit. Sometimes some units are just not good enough. They don't make the cut. Not everybody can make the cut, guys. So currently, okay, this helps a lot, actually. It's tremendous help for us. Now we can potentially get consumer move on it. We can yeet some train stewards. And another multi-strike would be fine, but I would even take like a large stone here and be perfectly happy. Well, I won't take a quick, though. That's ridiculous. Large stone. I'll take a large stone. It's fine. Just helps us to get there faster. Superfood 2. And we're in a good spot. We're in a very good spot. We're in a very good spot. We just need holdover. Holdover spell chain on Perils of Production gets us there. 6 damage, huh? That's fine. We quick kill everything, I think. Well, maybe not. This might be too aggressive, but we do have sharpens and we have root seeds. I think we have the tools. I think we have the tools to make it work. And imagine if we get Gnarled Root. Gnarled Root also takes this build way over the top. I don't want to play spells. Let's just decrease capacity, play this for fun. Okay. Trample also helps. Doesn't quite get us there though. But we will play it. Because like what else are we gonna do? Hit you and give you extra damage shield. This is a little bit scary. Oh, adaptive. Saved. And we're good. Endless. 90 plus 90 is still enough. It's debatable whether it's enough now, but it's basically enough. We can't plink. You know what we can do though? I don't know if that was good, but that's what we did. We're going to take 13 pyre damage for it. Trampled. Yeah, trample is hilarious. I love it. Do we just go nuts here? We could just play this. Would give us a lot of Ember Drain. We would have we'd basically never be able to play anything again. Probably not worth it at this stage. We have enough damage. Like we're good. We're good. Let's not push our luck. There we go. There's more stats. More stats. You know what I actually like a lot would be to dupe the sharpen. Maybe even, oh, you know, Stackstone on the sharpen would be really good. No, it's only good. Stackstone on the sharpen is only good if we specifically get Gnarled Root. If we don't get Gnarled Root, it's not good. Welcome back once again. And I guess here we do this for fun. It's for fun. Plink. Plink. And I'm pretty sure we're good. 213 quick. Typically going to be enough. Root split would be very good. That's actually a very valid point. Plus extra damage would be really good. We cannot take... we can take Amber Forge, but anything other than that we don't take. Don't love Bramble Lash either. It kind of works because we do stack a lot of spikes, but I don't think it makes sense here. And we're going to go left because we still need to get that holdover. Holdover is very important. There's a stack stone. Guess this is just better. Even at 0 cost, it's more. Kind of an expensive thing, but it's fine. More free root seeds seems good. Plus extra damage on more plink seems okay. Hold over. Permafrost. I guess we can permafrost this one. We got the 2 we didn't want. We wanted consumer move and we wanted holdover. We didn't get either. It's fine. -1 on more root seeds. Another consuming plink. Okay. We're getting there though. We're getting there. We will take this relic. Split anvil, you say? Versus Cheater's Hand? Split anvil is only okay. It's not great. Cheater's Hand is probably better. So there's a... Does Cheater's Hand enable Cursed Vines? If I discard a card, I think the discard happens after. So I think instead I want to just take Split Anvil. And sometimes it triggers when we're happy about it. That's basically it. Spikes 4 is probably okay. Yeah, it's probably okay. We just take some damage shield damage. I think that's fine. I know that Split Anvil procs on X-Cost, which means the X-Cost cards are going to be really sick. For example, this is one of those turns where the X-Cost cards are really sick. And we can play Adaptive immediately. That also tends to be pretty good. So play you. Play you. We're not going to play Trample yet. We're going to just play, I think. Oh, we can... Ah, crap. We don't have enough. Yeah, we need the damage shield. We absolutely need the damage shield. We do the swap, and we're good. Grind and Destroy. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We're just having a good time here. And honestly, sack these guys. Sack that guy. I hate putting him down here. I think we'll wait on the other one. Give you even more damage shield. And, like, guys, we have, like, stupid amounts of damage shield here. We're gonna have 28 damage shield. That's insane. Also, we don't get endless on our Primordium. It's sad. Sad times. We probably want intrinsic on that. And think as well here. Please kill all the things. Oh, you don't. That's right. I'm not gonna play. Well, I guess this isn't terrible. We have enough Ember to deal with it. So we end with 38 damage shield. I'm fairly certain that's going to be enough. Damage-wise, we're there. We can put Endless on him for reasons, I guess. Get this guy out here and just keep smacking tools. We get Trample, Perils again. We just keep smacking fools. All of our spells are free now. And play you down. Okay. Play this again. Play a Sharpen. Plink to remove a damage shield we would lose. I dropped a thing, but it's fine. It's not a necessary thing. And we're good. We're going to come up here with... I can't see the damage shield numbers because the cards are in the way. 33 damage shield. Should be good. If my calculations are correct, we can plink this man. And, yeah. So, again, hold over. Hold over. Spell chain. And then remove consume from the adaptation. That's the way. That is the way. Penumbra Assault is bad. We don't take this. Void Binding, you say? Pyre Shards, while interesting, does not make sense. There is an ensnare, but I think we don't need it. And we go again for holdover. There's another conscription notice. Sure. Knock yourself out, game. Have a good time. We can permafrost the other Prismal Dust. -1 on Void Binding. Remove consume. Oh, I didn't check money. That's fine. We didn't get holdover. Holdover is the bigger priority. Another -2. Don't think we want another -2. +10 in piercing is okay on a plink, maybe. Let's save our shards. Let's save our shards for later. This has got to be the magical. We need a magical ring to make it work. Ugh. This is the holdover. The holdover waiting room. And we play top floor. Yet again. Second House Kermit, come on down. You can do it. You have the power. Let's play this so that everything's free. Root, Link, and a miss. There's our adaptive mutation. Yeah, there's not really going to be a better chance to do this, so we're going to do it now. Engine upgrade doesn't really matter where. I guess it does matter because we don't want to incant this guy. And Train Steward. And this House Kermit's actually relevant. House Kermit's not nothing. Like here, it's taking off 15 damage. It's not nothing. This is a valid question. I think we do play Void Binding here. We could also play this. It doesn't really do anything, so it kind of seems bad. Root. I would like to play this Plink, but I think it's just worse. Oh, actually, hold on. What if we do this? This, that. Yeah, I think that was a little bit better, and we just Plinked it. Okay. So we have 32 damage shield. We're going to play this first. I made a mistake. I regret. Big heal. Could have done the Vine Grasp trick again, but I didn't, so there you go. And I think we're okay. I think we're fine. We have way more damage shield. There's no spikes here. Most of our good spells are free anyway. And we're just going to cruise our way through. What do you think about applying unit upgrades to spells? I'd have to understand exactly how you were thinking of. So like the idea would be you would get adding damage to a spell, adding Frenzy Stone. Like Frenzy Stone would be too overpowered to add to a spell. Get this man out down there. I mean, the fact that Void Bindings are free is still pretty good. I wouldn't mind duping it as well. Still want to eat the Stewards, though. They're kind of annoying. We don't have a super thick deck, though, and we have a lot of draw. So maybe just thinning the deck is just as good as Holdover. Oh. I mean, maybe, but I think it's more important for unit upgrades than for spell upgrades. Okay. We need draw. Yes, we need draw. Well, guys, successful run here. We're gonna yeet the 2 train stewards. And as long as we can play Furnace Tap, we're good. I think we just put -2 on it. Just make it 0 cost. We can always play it. Yeah. No stress. None of this would have been particularly critical, so we're fine. We just wanted the removal. And Superfood 3 or Stalwart Snack? Stalwart Snack's a little bit better. Stalwart Snack's a little bit better. Now we have an actually legitimate chance of getting Endless on it. Non-boss enemy units restore all health when moving up a floor is fine, because we only kill on 1 floor, and we have full pyre health, so we're not in any danger. Alright, here we go. We have Endless to start. This is all good stuff, so we gotta play you first. Xylophyte. Pray for mercy, my friend, because you need it. I think we want... We can kill you. I'm just wondering, do we play this instead of engine upgrade? I think I like the engine upgrade, but that's pretty good. This means that this guy's actually going to protect a little bit by killing the front unit. I think we have to do this. This is so much value right now. Yes, we can't play stuff for like the rest of our lives, but like, I mean, who really wanted to play stuff anyway, right? We can still play Furnace Tap. Furnace Tap is still very much on the table. And we can still play Adaptive Mutation. Which gets us there. Alright, how are we doing? 133, but now we have multi-strike, more multi-strike. Into you. You. Play this. And Blinks. I don't know, go somewhere. Enjoy yourself. Blink. None of this matters. We're there, we're there. Good, looks like a nice place to exit. The game's pretty won now. Like, it's hard to lose at this point when you have this much multi-strike. 5 multi-strike is pretty good. If we get holdover, I would stack stone. And if we don't, I would maybe still stack stone, but it does become riskier. I think, yeah, I think here we just... Not to mention the spikes we get on this guy as well. Like, it's all just kind of hilarious. I think we just, you know what we do? Do we have another temple? We do. If we get intrinsic on Furnace Tap, it's done. The game's over, we win. Like, that's all we need. We just need Furnace Tap. Because we'll get there with the rest of the stuff during Seraph, and then Divinity is just a cakewalk. So we're going to come in with a solid... How much damage shield? 46 damage shield. 5 strikes. Decent amount of rage. Good luck. Good luck. And we're crushing. So that was just like complete and utter domination across 3 runs in one day. I might even just like literally put this up as its own standalone video and not split it into 3 parts. I wouldn't be able to milk the views that way, but it would be pretty sick. One episode just crushing. Prison Retrieval is hilarious, but no. No. We're good. We have what we need. We're gonna go spells. We can dupe the Furnace Tap. Let's get intrinsic. There you go. Permafrost on... I don't know. Nothing? -1 on the root seeds. Consume another plink. We probably never play it, but you can always hope. Stackstone. I feel like we can't put Stackstone on Void Binding. If we had, you know, if we get spell upgrades, we will do it. No. No, no. Sure. Do we have stings? We have no stings. We yeet then. Time to yeet. Starting with bad plink. Restoration detonation. 100% duping furnace tap. There's zero question what you take there. I mean, I guess we could stack stone the perils. No, we stack stone prismal dust. Yeah, that's better. The one plink that does not consume, we will give -1. And we will yeet out the other restoration detonation. We will also yeet out engine upgrade. Okay, we got there. And I think now it's all about getting endless. If we get endless relative, oh, you know what we can do? -2. What's more important, Umbra Stone or Endless Stone? I think it's Umbra Stone. I think we get enough damage shield early that we don't actually have to play Endless. And there's still a chance that we hit it on a turn with perils. We only have 23 cards in the deck. 2 of them are units and like half of them are consume cards. So we're going to thin the deck out a lot to like around 15-ish cards. We're going to be drawing a lot. Like we're in good shape here. And okay, so we start. On the bottom. Do we care? Yeah, we care about garbage. We cannot get garbage in the deck, so we have to play on the bottom. Play you. Shattered Shell. We do the swap. We give you extra damage. We plink. Play you here. And then we pray. We will never play anything ever again, probably. Perils of Production. Yeah, okay, so, oh, this is perfect. This is actually the perfect play. You get rid of the Vengeful Shard. You play the Prismal Dust to make everything free. You play this. You gotta plink these guys to death. Fantastic. You do that. You play you here. And we should have actually played them on the top floor, but this is still fine. We can always... What did I get rid of? Perils of Production. Well, that was unwise. Hold on. You Vine Grasp first, Nate. This is not a hard game if you remember that you have a relic that you took specifically at the beginning to deal with Diligent. Also, we'll play Shattered Shell in his appropriate place up at the top floor, which is where he needs to be. Play you here. Give you Root. No, yes. No, Root would get consumed. Nate, use your brain. Use your brain, man. You have a brain. You were gifted with a brain at birth. Using it would be tremendously useful for you. Okay, here we go. Then we Vine Grasp this guy so that we can Perils. Prismal Dust. Hold on. Music stopped. Back into it. Then Endless. I don't even care about the 1 damage anymore. I'm just living my life, guys. Living my life. Living my life. Gosh, dang it. Then Root Seeds. All right. We're gonna thin the deck out. Actually, we don't even need to. We just play our Vine Grasps. Vine Grasps. And now we're good. We're gonna take some mild Vengeful Shard damage, but we're just gonna crush here. Mini Shell's crushing it. How about you don't take damage? Void binding this. And we're just going to continue to take some mild vengeful shard damage. There's the music. It's just really quiet. Okay, this is problematic. Oh no, we just get rid of a plink. Easy plink. Here. Okay, I guess we gotta be careful about taking too many cards. Sharpen. 1. Perils. Play, play, play. 2, we don't play the 3rd so that we can have a flying grasp next turn. There we go. Play our buddy back. Use a Vine Grasp. Sharpen, Void Binding, Perils of Production, and then Devil Root Seed, so we always get a Vine Grasp. Vine Grasp. Root Seeds, Root Seeds. Sharpen, we don't play any other Root Seeds. And we're good. Our man is doing. Primordium is dying from getting eaten. He gets eaten and then he dies. Once his buffet stacks runs out. We are currently doing 2,000, 3,000, 4,500 damage quick. 4,500 damage minus 12. So 4,488. Yeah, 4,488. And now we finish it off cleanly with a top floor setup where we have enough damage shield to last forever. Also love a starting Void Binding. That's great. Excuse me. I like getting all Siren, huh? Well, too bad for you. Boom. 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 Smack. Correct. If he dies naturally to buffet, he doesn't go into the consume pile, he goes into the gorge pile. And the only way to get things out of the gorge pile is through retch. Or the eaten pile. Yeah, the eaten pile. Endless. I have a video on this. Check out my video on death, and you can learn all about all the death interactions in Monster Train. !YouTube to get to my YouTube channel. And there I explain that basically Endless counteracts everything. Endless will bring back no matter how it dies. It will always bring it back. Even Purge, it counteracts Purge. So, yeah, you will always get the unit back. Now, Purge, it will leave after the battle, but you can Endless a Purged unit, and it will come back after that. So, Adapted Mutation. We still have time to get back to the beginning. Endless is quite strong, this is true. And it does not matter how much armor you have because we are doing well over 1,000 damage. We are going to flying kill maybe next turn. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close this turn to a flying kill. If we were to play everything directly on you, each one of these gives us 20 extra damage. I don't think it would still be enough. But it would be close. This would be 4, 8, 10, 12. 120 damage is not enough. So we go here. Give you endless. And yeah, we're just crushing. 4 turn flying kill. That's 2 flying kills in a single hat track without a single restart. Actually crazy. Actually crazy. And all sound stopped working. And that's it. That's it, friends. That is the hat track. Primordium is done. There was a restart in a previous fight, but that's a misplay restart. And I said that misplay restarts, I can restart. I accept misplay restarts. When I don't change anything else, I played exactly the same except for the misplay. So I'm still following my own rules, okay? They're my rules, my challenge. I can do what I want. Sweep Trample. Yeah, so the way Sweep Trample interaction works, and by the way, I have a YouTube video about this. So if you haven't seen it yet, I have a YouTube video on interactions in Monster Train. It's one of my very first guide videos I ever made. Talks about this interaction. Each strike has trample, and sweep strikes every enemy from first to last. One at a time, it'll strike each enemy. It seems like it's happening at the same time. The reality is it strikes one at a time. And what happens is that if the first enemy dies, then the trample effect will carry over the damage. If, for example, that trample effect kills the second unit, it will negate the strike. There will not be a strike, and the remainder will continue on down the line. If it doesn't kill the first unit and kills like the second unit, then that strike has trample and can go to the third unit. And if then it overkills, it goes to the fourth unit, and so on. If it kills the backline unit, it will go to the front unit. This is the part that I don't understand. The wraparound of the front is really bizarre. But yeah, if you kill the backliner, the trample will then roll over to the front line. And so you can get like pretty insane combos with trample and sweep, especially if they have strike effects. Then the strike effects will hit, you'll get a strike effect for each individual strike, including trample, because trample carries the strike effect and applies the strike effect another time to the next unit. So if you get something like Alpha Fiend fused onto a sweep unit and you get trample on it, then you can get like insane growth because you have so many strikes, and that's kind of cool. All right, I am tired. It is now almost 1 in the morning for me. I only slept a few hours last night. I'm gonna end. Hope you guys enjoyed this hat trick challenge of Primordium. We will be back tomorrow with the tournament, and then be back on Sunday with the finals. Tomorrow is gonna be a little weird because we had a lot of players that aren't gonna make it, so it's gonna be a little bit of a gimped tournament, but we'll still run it. Semifinals and finals should be much more straightforward and much more similar to the previous tournaments. Also, if you have not seen on YouTube, I posted my first video. I've been trying out a new deck builder, and next week, a week from today, I will be giving out keys for that deck builder. I got 3 keys from the developer to give away. So if you join the stream, you can enter the giveaway and your chance to win the keys. I'll be giving them 1 per hour for basically 3 hours. So it's actually really liked it. But I'll talk about that in those videos. And with that, name of the day has been Pietro. You can also call me Nate. You can call me Nathan. Please never call me Nathaniel. Let me quickly see who else is online right now playing Monster Train. And Tom is a fish. Is it just Tom and me? Should we send everybody to a new person? Let's send everybody to a new person. Morpho Butterfly. I just don't like to send everybody the same person every single time. I like Tom a lot, so I mean, but I like to vary up my raids. We'll go to Morpho Butterfly. And with that, thank you guys again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next stream.